Welcome, one and all, to Day 4 of the 2025 California Winter League season. I am Joey Miller. Alongside me, Brandon Januska, getting ready for the morning game here versus the Blue Sox and the Grizzly. The standings, David and Goliath Day today. The top dog Blue Sox, who are undefeated, are going to be playing the Alberta Grizzly, who have yet to get a win so far, but as the two managers, Jared Lemieux and Jimmy Johnson, discuss some stuff with the umpires, exchange lineups at home plate. Let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. The morning game, Team China defeated the Palm Springs Chill 10-3. Team China established an early presence, getting 7 runs in the first 2 innings, mostly due to China batters staying aware on the base paths and taking advantage of many of the wild pitches and pass balls from Chill starter Jeff Rotz. From there, it seemed like the Chill's fate was set, only scoring 1 run in the first, 6th, and the 7th inning. Team China gets the 10-3 win over the Chill, bringing them to 1 game above 500, heading into their next match against the Bombers, which we'll get into this afternoon. As for the second game, the bookend game, it was a pitching duel between the Power and the Canada A's. The first 3, Chet Robinson and Ryan Baum, looking great from the hill. The Power broke out first with a 4-run inning, taking advantage of A's reliever Paul Torelli, who only lasted 2/3 of an inning in the 4th. Much like the A's, however, the Power started to crumble after their starter Baum was taken out of the game and gave up 4 in the 6th to tie it up. That being David Reckers, that pitcher who gave up those runs. Luckily for Bobby Brown's hometown namesake team, they responded in the bottom of that same frame with another 4-spot David Reckers, the aforementioned person who gave up those runs. Despite giving up all of those runs, all 6 of the runs that the A's have had on the day, in the final innings, they ended up with the win, or rather, Reckers ended up with the win as the great Canada A's offense took a rough 8-6 loss to the Power, making the Blue Sox the last remaining undefeated team in the league right now. The lineups are being announced right now here at Palm Springs Stadium. As we get set for this exciting matchup, we'll go through the lineup for the starting top of the first Blue Sox, the undefeated Blue Sox. Nico Diaz in center field. Kevin Gameros batting behind him at shortstop. Parker DePasquale in left field. Angus State at third base, batting in the cleanup spot. Hunter Smith, the DH in the 5. Tommy Easley at second base. Alan Goodwin, a very talented backstop that we've seen so far in these past couple days, will be behind the backstop. And Vince Garcia in the 8th spot at first base. Vaughn Eberle in right field. We're getting set here as the Grizzly start to take the field. I'll give you the defensive alignment now. It'll be Burgos, Anthony Burgos behind home plate. Braden Dolbashian at first. Davey Morgan at second. A.J. Carosis at shortstop. Thomas Petrosino at third base. And the outfield from left to right, it will be Justin Ayala in left. Scott Shaw in center. And Matthew Fabian in right field. Kind of a cooler morning today. A little bit cloudy. We saw some fog on the mountain, didn't we, Brandon?
Yeah, we did, and it's a beautiful day, though, once again here in Palm Springs.
So slowly but surely, the starting pitcher for the Grizzly heading out to the mound, Daniel Clark, will get ready for his second appearance. We're getting ready for the anthem here. We'll take a little break. We'll step aside, and when we come back, it'll be time for some baseball.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
We're ready for some baseball on this beautiful Sunday morning. The sun's starting to peek through the clouds here at his
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring
for the Grizzly is that of Daniel Clark out of Chandler, Arizona. Hey, the same hometown as Cody Bellinger, for those keeping track. Out of the University of Sioux Falls and the Pecos League. He pitched one inning prior versus the Power on opening day back on Thursday. It was a clean inning. He got himself a strikeout, no walks, pretty damageless, and now we'll have to see what this kind of side-armed righty can do against this very heavy-hitting Blue Sox lineup. And, you know, what we've seen in the past couple days in terms of the strike zone has been getting a little bit more generous, wouldn't you say, Brandon?
Yeah, I definitely would. They're trying to keep these games moving, and that expands the zone just a little bit. We've seen some games really pile up the base on balls.
Yeah, so I think all the fans here are hoping for that not to happen so that the second game can start on time. We'll be on the call here, but Brandon will be leading you through that one against Team China and the Bombers, another team that has yet to win a game so far in this 2025 season. Right now, it looks like Clark, according to the radar gun, is starting to warm up. His warm-up pitch is around 74, 75-ish. As Nico Diaz, the lefty center fielder, steps up to the plate.
Clark has in his arsenal a sinker, slider, splitter, and fastball. All from that sidearm delivery.
I'd imagine the slider is probably one of the more effective ones, considering that arm angle. And we are kicking off this baseball game with a called strike at 10 a.m. on the dot, Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you all. The 0-1 now to Diaz is hit softly on the ground towards Dolbashian at first base. He flips on to Clark and just makes it on the bag in time for out number 1.
Good job by Clark to get over there and cover the position.
Good little PFP exchange there.
That's why you practice those.
Always. That's typically the first thing that you practice as soon as you show up. It was not the case here because these teams have a couple days really to get ready for these games, as here comes Kevin Gameros to the plate, and he swings and misses at the first pitch a little bit early on that one. It looked to be a bit off speed there. Gameros yet to get a hit so far in the 2 games that he has played. Only 1 recorded at bat as well as he swings through another pitch for strike 2. Trying to get on top of it. Nothing going here. The second and first base combination of Morgan and Dolbashian kind of shifted closer to that foul line there in right field for this lefty. Back-to-back lefties to start off the Blue Sox lineup. Another big swing and a miss there. And he goes down 1-2-3 for out number 2. Bing, bang, boom, and Daniel Clark has a chance to get the top of the first cleanly.
Yeah, great approach by Daniel Clark so far, just firing strike after strike after strike.
Now here comes Parker DePasquale. The righty-on-righty matchup, a swing and a miss there for strike 1. He's rolling right now. Nothing but strikes so far. Hitting the zone there, kind of trying to move it away from those righty batters, as we'll probably see more of today. And there's the first ball of the game, a little bit of broadcaster jinx there. So apologies to Daniel Clark.
Hey, that's a great approach, though. You want to be attacking hitters right from the get-go. Don't fall behind in counts.
We've seen where that ends up for the past couple days. As we just mentioned, a lot of walks so far as the next pitch misses low and inside for ball 2.
We'll see as the game goes on if the Blue Sox make an adjustment and start to attack the first pitch, knowing that it's likely a strike.
Clark comes set from the stretch. Now the 2-1. This one fouled off to the right side. Gets over the fence for strike 2. Right now, Burgos setting a good tempo for his battery mate. Wind not much to speak of right now, softly blowing from left to right. The 2-2. This one lifted in the air, heading towards the foul line in right field. Dolbashian comes over, but he gets called off by the second baseman, Morgan, who cannot make the grab. He trips on the bullpen mound there, and it'll stay 2-2. Good effort there, though.
That was a great effort. May have been a little overzealous, though, calling off his teammate. I feel like the first baseman, Dolbashian, had the better angle going out to that ball.
Looked like the right fielder, Fabian, was also coming in on that one. But
Although, I mean, yeah, he got to the ball quicker, I'd say, Dolbashian, but it is always hard going over the shoulder, which is what he would have had to do. So it really was a borderline play on who could have caught that.
Well, Davey Morgan has been trying to impress a lot as he fouls this one into the plate. DePasquale does for a continued 2-2 count. Davey Morgan made an incredible play yesterday at shortstop. A line drive hit to him that he dove for, and then he got up and got the ball off to his second base teammate to get a double play that ended an inning. Definitely one of the better defensive plays we've seen so far in the first 4 days of the 2025 California Winter League season, as the next pitch misses outside for ball 3. The next pitch is hit down the third base line. That'll get fair, and that should be extra bases. DePasquale heading towards second as the left fielder Ayala picks it up and throws it in. A nice 2-out double for DePasquale, his third hit of the California Winter League season. And now we have a runner in scoring position for the Blue Sox for the cleanup man, Angus State.
That was just a great at-bat by the Blue Sox left fielder, Di Pasquale. Fouled off a pitch. He got bailed out a little bit as it wasn't caught. The diving effort, of course, by Morgan. But working that 7-pitch at-bat after the first two guys went down relatively quickly. Nice job by Di Pasquale to keep the inning going.
So Angus State, 1 for 2 on the season so far. Can't really go off averages quite yet. A 500 batting average this early in the season is not really indicative of much. As he waves and misses at strike one, it seems to me that Clark has been going to that first pitch kind of off-speed action sinker, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, he's got that downward movement on the pitch, and so far it's been working. See if he breaks out some other pitches as his day continues.
The 0-1 misses high for ball one. Now a 1-1 count on State. The third baseman today for the Blue Sox. The 1-1 chopped softly towards the third baseman, Petrosino, in fair grounds. He throws on to first just in time for out number 3. So 4 batters Daniel Clark faces, allows a hit, and leaves him stranded. We'll send it to the bottom of the first. No score here. And we will see you in the bottom of the first.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first now. Daniel Clark kicking things off for the Grizzly. Now he hopes that his offense can give him some runs to go off of here early in this ball game. Joey Miller, Brandon Januska. And on the mound for the Blue Sox will be Garrett DeYoung, his first appearance in the California Winter League 2025 season. A bit of a wild card, we admit, as he's one of the local guys from Redlands, California, 6'1", 200. This is our first time seeing this guy. He's kind of one of those local guys who shows up on the day he pitches and doesn't need to show up any other day. Sounds like a good life to have, honestly.
Yeah, the life of a PO sometimes. You just show up, get your work in, go out there on the mound and pitch.
So leading off for the Grizzly will be A.J. Carosis. Batting from the left side. The first pitch from DeYoung misses well outside for ball 1. He's got some flash to him, DeYoung. That pitch coming in at 86. About 10 miles per hour over the average speed of his other pitching, of Daniel Clark, I should say, his pitching foe today, as he gets a strike 1 call there. The 1-1. This one fouled off left side. Now ahead of the count is DeYoung. We've seen a lot of pitchers really in those upper 80s perform well so far. There's a big distinction between the velocity pitchers and the accuracy pitchers as he misses outside for ball 2.
Yeah, wide range of pitchers out here in the California Winter League this season. You see it all. You see the over-the-top approach, the sidearm approach, varying speeds.
The 2-2 now. This one fouled off, same side, left side. The count remains 2-2. Working the count early is A.J. Carosis.
Carosis, a Canadian out of Ontario.
Next pitch misses outside for ball 3, and the count's full. Carosis, as you mentioned, the Canadian playing for the Canadian Alberta Grizzly. I don't know geography very well, at least Canadian geography. So I'm not sure how far apart those two cities are. The next pitch fouled back again. The at-bat continues now as this next pitch will be the 8th pitch in this at-bat for the Grizzly, who, again, have yet to win a game so far. They've had a lot of poor luck. I remember the first game, they were ahead, and there was that 1 8-run inning that just kind of depressed them near the end. The next pitch misses low in the dirt, and that'll be a base on balls there to kick things off. Leadoff walks are never great in this league, or really anywhere. So the Grizzly will see if they can put that man across, and that being the challenge of Davey Morgan, who steps up to the plate here.
And credit to Carosis working the count and drawing that walk. That walk was earned.
8-pitch walk there. First pitch to Morgan misses high for ball 1. Starting to get a little bit brighter now, a little bit, a little more hot, at least here, a little hotter. The 1-0 hits at the knees for strike 1. It's supposed to be a bit cold, a bit chilly for the next 2 games. Potential of rain as there goes the runner. Pitch misses low and no throw down to second base. Carosis gets himself a stolen base to start off here. And a runner in scoring position on a 2-1 count to Davey Morgan.
That's another thing we've seen a lot of in these first few days of the California Winter League. Movement on the base paths really challenge these catchers.
Next pitch is ripped on the ground. A worm burner picked up by State on to first for out number 1. Carosis stays at second.
That's a good call to get the runner moving on the previous pitch. Otherwise, that could have been a potential double play.
Here comes the 3 spot, and Scott Shaw, tall lefty, who we've seen a couple times already. 1 for 5 so far in the league in this season as he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. DeYoung stares down Shaw as this next pitch is fouled off towards the backstop for strike 1. Kind of sticking with that fastball right now is DeYoung. We're about half sure that he played in the Pecos League. We cannot confirm nor deny that. The 1-1 hits on the outside edge for strike 2. Grizzly having a great chance to get ahead right now.
Yeah, this is a team trying to fight for their first win of the season, a rematch of last year's CWL championship game.
The 1-2 misses low for ball 2.
These two managers know each other. These were the same managers that were in that championship game. Jared Lemieux of the Grizzly and Jimmy Johnson, JJ, of the Blue Sox.
Very different rosters, of course, every year. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. And Shaw goes down with a K, so both starters have themselves their first K already. And with 2 outs now, very similar situation that the Blue Sox found themselves in the top of the first. Here in the bottom of the first, they got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Braden Dolbashian. First pitch to Dolbashian, hits for strike 1. He watches that one go by.
Went right after him with a fastball first pitch.
Dolbashian batting a 400, 2 for 5 heading into this at-bat as he gets plunked in the leg. A hit by pitch and a free base there. Sends him to first. And now runners at first and second for Matthew Maldonado at the DH spot today. Now, Matthew Maldonado was one of my key players heading into today. Not necessarily for his bat, but for his pitching skills, which have really impressed. Not sure if we'll see him on the mound today or not. He's not in the bullpen, or at least on the lineup card, he's not on the bullpen. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Wearing a red helmet.
Yeah, he did double duty on opening day for the Grizzly, opening day starter.
Takes the next pitch low for ball 1. Very loud plane flies across Palm Springs Stadium. We are close to an airport, so that makes sense. The 1-1 is ripped into right field. That'll fall and head towards the wall. That should score at least 1. Carosa's coming around to score. Here comes Dolbashian. The play at the plate is not even close. 2 runs come across, an RBI double for Maldonado.
Nice piece of hitting by Maldonado, just turned on it and ripped it down the right field line. And Eberle was playing well off the line, so he had a long way to go. The ball ended up all the way to the base of the wall. An easy stand-up double for Maldonado. Both runs score quickly.
Great piece of hitting there. The Grizzlies get the lead 2-0. As Matthew Fabian steps up to the plate, a chance to continue this rally on 2. First pitch to Fabian, misses low and outside for ball 1. So right now, DeYoung already in some trouble. It's tended to be a trend so far where the first team typically continues that success if they can score in the first inning. The next pitch in there for strike 1. I've seen it definitely for Team China, where if they score first in the first or the second inning, they're typically off to the races. The next pitch misses high and inside for ball 2.
Yeah, we've seen some really good pitching in the league so far. Grizzly will hope to shut it down. Long way to go, still in the first.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed. Nice sinker there. Now a chance to get out of the inning. Runner at second, and Deuce is wild. Here comes the 2-2. This one misses low and near the cleats for ball 3. Fabian 3 for 4 on the season heading into today. The 3-2 misses low and inside. He'll take a walk. The second of the inning and the third free base issued by DeYoung. And again, runners at first and second. For Thomas Petrosino, he'll have a chat. Goodwin will have a chat with his battery mate DeYoung before we get into the Petrosino at bat. Seems to be a lot of success right now with 2 outs.
They've really made DeYoung work in this inning. He's thrown a lot of pitches, 28 of them already. So it's been a long inning for the Blue Sox starter.
Petrosino has gone hitless in his 5 at-bats. He'll look to carry on the success as the first pitch issued to him misses high for ball 1. I'd imagine Goodwin just went up to the mound to try and calm him down. There go the runners. A double steal initiated. The throw down to second is off the lip of Tommy Easley's glove. That caroms into center field. That should allow the run to score. Matthew Maldonado coming across for the 3rd run. And a beautiful one at that. An E2 on the throw down.
Yeah, give each guy a stolen base on the play, and then Maldonado scores on the E2.
Beautiful heads-up awareness there. The next pitch misses high for ball 2. Ball 3, excuse me.
And Alan Goodwin, anytime runners are in motion, there's always a chance that he can throw them out. He had the best pop time on the scout day out of all the catchers here in the California Winter League.
The 3-0 hits for strike 1 as Petrosino doesn't take a chance at the 3-0. Not common to take a chance at a 3-0. Tommy Easley teasing at second base to try and keep Matthew Fabian honest as the next pitch is fouled back to the screen for strike 2.
Now 33 pitches in the inning for Garrett DeYoung.
A big inning for the Grizzly to kick things off here. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. And strike 3 sends him down. 2 strikeouts on the inning for DeYoung, but not before 3 come across to score much thanks to a RBI double by Matthew Maldonado. The Grizzly on top 3-0 after 1 here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the second here. The Alberta Grizzly have taken a commanding 3-0 lead over the Blue Sox as the first pitch misses low at the knees to Hunter Smith, the DH for the Blue Sox, getting his first plate appearance of the day. The next pitch hits inside at the knees for strike 1, an even 1-1 count now. For Daniel Clark, he's got a tall task to get the shutdown inning now, as his offense has provided him some run support early as the next pitch misses inside for ball 2. A big inning for the Grizzly, a 2 RBI double by Matthew Maldonado, and an E2 that allowed another run to score is where we are right now. The next pitch misses low for ball 3. Obviously, if anybody wants to end the undefeated record of Jimmy Johnson, it would be Jared Lemieux, like you mentioned, in the championship last year. The next pitch outside for ball 4, and it leads off the second inning with a walk.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson just knows how to manage this league. He had the best record going into that championship game. The Blue Sox were 14-3 last year. They won 14 in a row going into that championship game before Jared Lemieux and the Grizzly knocked him off.
That's huge. As here comes Tommy Easley. He takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Clark falling behind in these counts so far. The next pitch too easily hits right over the plate, right over Main Street for strike 1. A 1-1 count to Tommy Easley, who's only here for a couple weeks. He will not be here for session 2. He has to get back to, I believe he told me, a warehouse job back where he's from. Next pitch, a check swing, check down to first, no go, says the first base umpire.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear the stories of what brought everyone out here to the California Winter League. Of course, everyone with a different background. Some guys have some professional ball experience. Some guys are coming right out of college. There's a whole mix.
The 2-1 is fouled towards the Grizzly dugout, and now it's even 2-2 count. We've seen a lot of success stories of this league, and it's always inspiring to hear those stories. I believe 5 people from this California Winter League have made it all the way to the bigs in Major League Baseball, but many of them end up in the Frontier League, which is still a great professional league that both Brandon and I have worked in. The 2-2 misses high and outside. Checking down at first was Burgos, but ball 3 to Tommy Easley. He's very fast if he gets on base. However, there is a lead runner, so that could be an impediment to things. Back-to-back 3-ball counts. Daniel Clark sees himself in, and now the 3-2 misses low for ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start off this second inning.
And after it seemed like he had some pinpoint control for the most part in the first inning, a little bit of wildness here in the second.
Just missing inside on a lot of these righty-on-righty matchups. You'll see another one with Alan Goodwin, who will try and redeem himself from the E2 that allowed the third run to score for the Grizzly.
Yeah, just 2 lefties in the lineup for the Blue Sox. They're both at the top of the order. Diaz leading off and Guimeros batting second.
First pitch misses at the shoulders inside for ball 1. Alan Goodwin only has 1 hit so far, but that 1 hit served to be quite important in the first game against Team China, the go-ahead RBI double, the 2 RBI double on the backfield. The next pitch misses low and outside for ball 2.
He'd love to get a hit right here, kind of make up for that throwing error that he had in the top or bottom of the first.
Either that or just stay patient and get on base.
Yeah.
Load up the bases with nobody out would be a nightmare situation for Daniel Clark. He could see himself in soon. The 2-0 is ripped into left field. Could be playable, is playable for Ayala for out number 1. And a big sigh of relief for Daniel Clark getting that first out.
Yeah, that was a solid swing. He barreled it up, but lined it right at Ayala in left field.
Now up to the plate is Vince Garcia in the 8th spot, who will look to plate a couple runs for his Blue Sox. Scoreless on the day so far. Hunter Smith at second, Tommy Easley at first. The pitch is half swung on and missed for strike 1. Not sure if he wanted to swing at that, but coming in at 73, took a little bit off it for that first pitch.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision. He started his swing, couldn't hold up, and just kind of continued through on the off-speed delivery.
The 0-1 now, the lead runner going, as this one's hit to shallow left field. The shortstop Carosis will grab it, throw on to second to try and get the double play, try and get Hunter Smith lacking. He does not, but out 2 is recorded on the F6.
Always risky when the ball's popped up and you have a runner in motion. Hunter Smith was already at third base before he had to hit the brakes and retreat back. Plenty of time to do so.
Always a scary hit-and-run scenario when you can't get it on the ground or through a hole somewhere. Now the 9th spot, and Vaughn Eberle steps up to the plate. He'll take strike one. Kind of middle out there, but a nice perfect fastball for him to hit. Eberle 0 for 3 on the season heading into this at-bat. The 0-1. This one lifted into left field. Good distance. Backing up is Ayala. He'll make the grab on the run. An excellent play there to end the inning and leave two stranded for Daniel Clark, who gets the shutdown inning. And we send it to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Grizzly still here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Bottom of the second here. Daniel Clark gets the shutdown inning, as Garrett DeYoung will look to get back to work and try and work for a better inning than the first that allowed the Alberta Grizzly to get the 3-0 lead early in this contest. Only one hit for both teams so far and an error on the away team. The Blue Sox are up against it right now, trying to remain perfect, a 2-0 record to start the season. They have a couple other 2-win teams on the prowl right now, some of which who will play later today. Team China being, I believe, the one that will play today, who are at 2-1. The other two who have off days today are the Power and the A's, who also sit at 2-1. The Palm Springs Chill lead the only one-win team so far, 1-2, taking a loss to Team China yesterday. And then the two 0-2 teams we're going to see today, we're obviously seeing one right now with the Grizzly, and the other one being the British Columbia Bombers. We'll see this afternoon. Justin Ayala comes up to the plate to take charge here.
Ayala did a nice job adjusting to that ball that was over his head to end the top of the second inning.
Might be a bit winded right now as he fouls this one straight back to the screen for strike one.
A lot of the teams playing the outfield relatively in against most batters in this league, so he had a long way to go to adjust and run back on that ball. But he did so nicely.
Next pitch misses outside for ball one. Yeah, I'd say that a lot of the hits come in shallow outfield territory. And with such a big outfield, there's a lot of ground to cover. You want to play in as this next pitch is hit up the middle. Playable for Gameros, who ranges to his left and throws on to first for out number one. Nice, good routine 6-3 there. Brings up Anthony Burgos, the only player today so far to have yet had a plate appearance. The backstop for the Grizzly sets up now with his red helmet. You see different color helmets. They all bring them themselves. They're given the uniform, but they bring a lot of other different teams and their backgrounds to the Alberta Grizzly and all the other teams in this league as the first pitch misses outside for ball one. Actually, that might not be Burgos. We'll be with that in just a moment as he fouls this one back to the screen.
It is Burgos. Burgos is number 18. There was a number change earlier on in the week. Corey Gregory and Anthony Burgos swap numbers.
That's right. A common mistake here. The next pitch misses low for ball 2. Now a 2-1 count on Burgos. This one lifted deep left field. Trailing back is Di Pasquale towards the wall. And he did not make the catch. Coming around to second is Burgos for a double. And an excellent one at that. Some warning track power there.
And we just talked about how they are playing relatively in the outfield. So once again, a long way to go for Di Pasquale on the warning track. It looked like there was a chance he might be able to get it reaching out. Just could not track it down. And one hops off the wall and an easy double for Burgos.
Yeah, I understand why they're playing in, but based on these first 2 innings, maybe they ought to play a little back. Maybe not in left field right now with a lefty up and A.J. Carosis, who hits this one to shallow mid-range center field. Diaz has it in his sights. Throws in quickly for out number 2 to keep Burgos at second.
Yeah, you hear about playing no doubles in the outfield. That's where the outfielders are playing back to cut off those balls. We're seeing the opposite out here. They're playing in and trying to eliminate those singles, those bloop hits that we've seen a lot of in the first 3 days.
And those bloop singles really add up as well. Once you get base runners on in this league, it's a nightmare to erase. Davey Morgan steps up, last time up, a 5-3. He hits this one down the left field line. That one just gets foul. If that was just about 5 feet to its right, that could have been easily a triple with Davey Morgan's speed.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where the outfield alignment's playing there. If that ball was 5 feet to the right, that's a fair ball no matter where they're set up.
Absolutely. So Burgos still at second, and 2 outs here. The Grizzly have gotten all their runs on 2 outs, all 3 of them today. The 0-1 misses inside, cuts inside on him for ball 1. DeYoung comes set and now fires the 1-1. This one into center field. Backing up a couple steps is Diaz. He'll make the grab for out number 3. First scoreless inning we've seen so far, but the Grizzlies still lead this one after 2, 3-0. And we'll be back in the top of the 3rd here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza. Dine in or take out. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
After 2, the score 3-0 Grizzly. Daniel Clark has 34 pitches in the first 2 innings. and has left 3 on in those 2 innings as well, but he's trusted his defense. A 1-2-3 after 2 leadoff walks in the second. Got him out of that jam, and he'll look to continue to get out of jams here as he faces the top of the lineup once more for the Blue Sox in Nico Diaz. Made a couple grabs to end the second inning. Diaz from the left side. Grounded out to first base. His first time up. Getting ready to get back into action here. Everything all set. And now the first pitch of the inning is in there for strike 1. Looks like Shuya Funada is coaching first right now. Without a helmet, too, so he'll have to watch out. The 0-1 misses low for ball 1. And, you know, this is kind of a league where this is all hands on deck kind of thing.
Absolutely. Get someone out there just to coach first.
There are no bat boys in this league. They have to go grab their own baseballs like this one. It's in the dirt right now for ball 2. The guy on the on-deck circle, Gameros, going to grab it. But once some of these guys get to the Frontier League, they don't have to worry about that. The 2-1 misses outside for ball 3. I don't know if you've ever had the job of a bat boy at any time in your life, Brandon, but I can say from experience it's one of the hardest jobs on the diamond.
Just trying to time everything out. You're constantly working.
This one ripped down the right field line, goes foul. And now a full count. It's not only the timing, it's a cardio marathon. Especially when you're on, say, the first base, or rather the third base dugout, and you're trying to get around to the bat, which is on the first base side. It's quite exhausting. The 3-2 is hit up the middle. Softly, that'll get through for a base hit. A nice single for Nico Diaz. Gets his offense started on the day.
Off-speed pitch. Had him fooled. He just kind of stuck the bat out there, made contact. You mentioned it. Softly hit up the middle, but he found the hole. He's safe at first.
That exit speed only 17 miles per hour more than the pitch at 70. Here's Kevin Gameros, the aforementioned on deck. Kevin Gameros takes strike 1 outside. He struck out his first time up, the only strikeout that Daniel Clark has on the day. Nico Diaz, a conservative lead at first base. He'll have to slide back into first base, get his uniform dirty, force continued 0-1 count. A blue and green matchup, a very earthly matchup today, color-wise. It's the only combination of blue and green I could immediately think of. As the next pitch is swung on and missed, that pitch coming in tight up inside. He tried to turn on it, and now it's an 0-2 count. It's very similar to our view right now. You see the green grass and the background of the blue sky and the blue mountains.
Yeah, beautiful backdrop to watch a ball game.
One of the best I've seen. Even from the backfield, the turf field. The 0-2 is lambasted into left field. That'll fall for back-to-back singles. So runners at first and second now for De Pasquale, who got himself a nice hefty double down the left field line his first time up. Fought off a big count to get that double as well, an 8-pitch at bat.
The 2 singles so far this inning, neither one hit all that hard, both coming on off-speed pitches.
This one rocketed down the left field line, goes foul into the bullpen where there appears to be some action in the Grizzly bullpen. Number 4, Delvis Lorenzo Muniz. Starting to smell the concession stand here a little bit, getting hungry now. This one off the handle. Yeah, a lot of hang time, of miscommunication between the third baseman and the shortstop, but it looked to be the shortstop who jumped out in front of it. Actually,
I believe it was the third baseman
you're correct.
Petrosino, who came down with it. Both guys coming together. They didn't collide, I don't believe, but Karosis going behind Petrosino, who grabbed it.
You are correct there. And now the cleanup in Angus State. A fake throw back to second. A lot of these pitchers really worried about these runners on base. But with one out, a ground ball should do it. Middle infield in double play depth. And the first pitch is hit into left field, backing up a couple steps, just a backdrop, drop step, I should say, and caught by Ayala for out number 2.
That's a nice bounce back so far by Daniel Clark. After back-to-back singles, he gets the weekly hit pop-up, and then a hit right at his outfielder, Ayala, in left. And now just an out away from getting out of the jam.
And in order to do that, he has to face the DH, who grounds this one towards the third baseman, Petrosino, who steps on the bag as he catches the ball for out number 3. So very similar to Clark's second inning. He lets the first 2 on and retires the next 3 in order. We'll send it to the bottom of the third here. Still 3-0 Grizzly on the California Winter League YouTube channel. Bottom of the third now. Still 3-0. Alberta Grizzly over the Blue Sox right now. Joey Miller alongside me, Brandon Janeska. The 3, 4, and 5 spot due up for the Grizzly, hoping to add on to this lead that they started back in the first. Scott Shaw, the first one up to face DeYoung for the second time today. One of DeYoung's 2 strikeouts on the day so far. The lefty looks on now to DeYoung on the mound. And the first pitch to him misses outside for ball 1. If you're joining us this Sunday, we appreciate you. We know this is ahead of some exciting games this evening in the NFL. This one hit down the right field line, goes foul. Now a 1-1 count for Shaw. That, of course, being the NFL championship round. The Buffalo Bills take on the reigning champions, Kansas City Chiefs. And the Eagles take on the Commanders later tonight. I know who most of America is rooting for. The next pitch missing low for ball 2. But, Brandon, who are you rooting for?
I'd like to see some new teams out there. I'd like to see Washington pull off the upset, get a rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl for the first time ever in NFL history. And then I'd like to see the Bills get one.
That seems to be the matchup that America is rooting for right now. As the next pitch misses outside, ball 3 to Scott Shaw. And it's all about if Josh Allen can be what he was down the stretch. Just absolutely incredible, not only his mobility, but his ability to just rack up the stats each game. The next pitch fouled towards the Blue Sox dugout, a full count now. But then, of course, you have Mahomes and Kelsey standing in the way.
Yeah, and just the Chiefs' legacy, it's hard to overcome.
Yes. And the refs, too, but we won't get into that. The full count misses high for ball 4. That is the third walk today issued by Garrett DeYoung, and the second leadoff walk as well. Braden Dolbatian steps up, one of the 4 free bases that Garrett DeYoung has given up today. He took it the painful way to the thigh. He came around to score one of those 3 runs back in the first. He hits this one hard up the line in left field, heading towards the corner. That'll definitely be trouble. Scott Shaw rounding third, heading home. Dolbatian holds at second. That'll be an RBI double. And the Grizzly now 4-0 the score.
Dolbatian makes him pay, gets a pitch over the plate, and just rips it inside the third base bag down the left field line, and Scott Shaw was off to the races, scored easily from first. Dolbatian in with a stand-up double.
He was seeing 4 all the way, it seemed, with him just running around the base path there, knowing how big this outfield is and how much of a run it is for DePasquale in left. The first pitch misses in the dirt. A nice block there by Goodwin to Matthew Maldonado, who steps up. He got himself a big 2 RBI double back in the first down the right field line. And he has a runner in scoring position, a chance for another RBI as the next pitch misses in the dirt for ball 2. So Matthew Maldonado has already proven himself on the mound. Now he's starting to prove himself at the plate.
Yeah, slotted in as the designated hitter, a powerful left-handed bat.
DeYoung looks back at Dolbatian at second and fires high and outside for ball 3.
One more point I want to make about the Dolbatian double. I love that he attacked the first pitch because after a full count walk to Scott Shaw, a lot of times the pitcher wants to get that first pitch over the plate, and Dolbatian was ready for it.
He takes a strike. Matthew Maldonado does. He threw his bat, getting ready to head to first, but a late call there by the home plate umpire makes it a 3-1 count. Still up against it is DeYoung. And now the 3-1. This one hits for strike 2. The strike zone starting to expand a little bit.
Maybe a good frame job by Goodwin on that one as well, bringing it down.
I've seen these umps not really be phased by those reframes. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So what Maldonado thought was going to be a walk turns out to be a swinging strikeout. And for DeYoung, his third on the day. The first out of this inning, or rather this frame, brings up Matthew Fabian, one of the harder hitters on the team. Started off today with a walk. He takes the first pitch inside and at the knees for a strike. He shakes his head a little bit in protest. Next pitch misses even more inside. Definitely a ball this time. Fabian now 3 for 4 on the season so far, the highest of the batting average of his team, at least heading into this game. The 1-1 is lifted into center field, tailing towards the right center field side, but should be Diaz's ball. He'll grab it. The runner advancing to third. Dolbatian will make it in there safely. And now with 2 outs, a runner just 90 feet away for Thomas Petrosino.
Good heads-up base running. Just move up that extra 90 feet. You never know what can happen with 2 outs. A ball gets away from the catcher, wild pitch, and all of a sudden a run scores. So nice heads-up play, seeing the ball drifting back toward the warning track and knowing that he could get into an extra 90 feet to get himself to third base.
Petrosino ended the first inning with a strikeout. The first pitch misses for ball one. Bounces off the glove of Goodwin, but Dolbatian's not chancing it, knowing how great of a defensive threat Goodwin is. Former Florence Y'all. Next pitch misses inside for ball two. I know we both have a lot to say about the Florence Y'alls.
We saw plenty of them, both of us working with Western Division teams in the Frontier League.
This one hits low and at the knees for strike one. Obviously famous for their social media, the Florence Y'alls. Always getting in their quips at whoever they beat. However, they don't beat many teams, I'll be frank. Swings and misses at this one. Petrosino now 2-2 with the runner still at third. Here's the 2-2, a swing and a miss. Strike three, his second strikeout of the day, Petrosino's. But for DeYoung, that's his fourth. And that ends the inning, leaving the runner stranded. However, the Grizzly put across one more with an RBI double by Braden Dolbashian. And it's 4-0 Grizzly as we send it to the fourth here on the California Winter League YouTube channel. Getting ready for the fourth inning now, top of the fourth. The Grizzly putting across one more run for a 4-0 advantage over the Blue Sox, who are up against it now to try and preserve their undefeated 2-0 record to start the 2025 California Winter League season. Joey Miller, Brandon Janiska. And for Daniel Clark, he's at 46 pitches right now. He's carrying over into the fourth inning as he's had a clean 3 innings. It's these last two have started with 2 runners getting aboard somehow, and the next 3 retired in order. So he's been trusting his defense a lot. Only 1 strikeout on the day so far for Daniel Clark. He'll face Tommy Easley to kick things off here in the fourth. Taking his time to come set. And now the first pitch is lifted into right field. That'll fall in front of Fabian for a quick leadoff single. Tommy Easley getting aboard. Got to watch him on the base paths as he is quite speedy.
You mentioned that Daniel Clark has really walked the tightrope so far as runners have been getting on for the Blue Sox. They just haven't found a way to drive one in.
They'll look for that now with that leadoff single. Alan Goodwin, who we talked a little bit about, gets plunked right on the rib cage this time. A hit by pitch. The second of the game, but the first one issued by Clark.
This is now the 3rd straight inning that the first 2 men of an inning have reached for the Blue Sox.
Trying to follow a trend here, although I'm sure Daniel Clark doesn't really like this trend. He'd much rather get the first guy out. Nevertheless, here's Vince Garcia. He flew out to shallow shortstop last time. The first pitch to Garcia misses inside for ball 1. Something else I realized today, Brandon. Today is an important anniversary. It's kind of a somber one. 5 years ago today, not too far from here, as a matter of fact, was the unfortunate early tragic passing of Kobe and Gianna Bryant. Thought I'd mention that. This one off the end of the bat there, hopped over by Easley. The 6-4-3 is in effect. And now 2 straight outs. Tommy Easley safe at third. But 2 outs to Daniel Clark's happiness.
Just like that, he's 1 out away from once again getting out of an inning unscathed.
He'll have to face Vaughn Eberle, who will try and get in this run here and break the shutout going on right now. First pitch to Eberle is outside. A nice grab there by Burgos to prevent that ball from getting away. As if that ball gets away, Easley scores easily, for lack of a better term. I realize the irony in the name. Not related to Damian, I've already confirmed, the former shortstop for the Mets and Diamondbacks and Angels and a few other teams. That one fouled back for strike 1. And now a 1-1 count on Eberle, or Eberle, I should say. Flew out to end the inning. Last time up, nice contact to left field. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Swung under and missed on a pitch that he took a lot off of that one, 62 miles per hour.
You had to look over at your screen and see how slow that pitch was coming in. It looked awfully slow out of the hand, 62 miles an hour.
Some good deception, though, on that off-speed. Here's the 1-2. This one just misses outside, not too much velo, not much more velo than the last one at 64. Deuces wild, the 2-2. This one hit up the third baseline, past the dive of Petrosino, and that'll be a base hit. Eberle gets aboard with an RBI single and breaks the shutout. The Blue Sox on the board. Now it's a 4-1 contest.
And it looked like Daniel Clark was once again going to find his way out of the inning. Another disappearing act with the base runners. But Eberle had other plans, shooting it down the line just past a diving Petrosino to get the run home.
No such luck this time, but the lead still stays intact. Now here's Nico Diaz. The ball gets away, and Eberle heading towards second. The ball gets into center field. Eberle cannot get to his feet in time to head to third. He was just in a position where he could not advance or pop up quickly enough. But nevertheless, the stolen base gets credited to his tally there on ball 1 to Nico Diaz.
And on top of that, nice job by Shaw hustling in to get that ball once he realized it was going out into center field, so not much chance.
There's a called strike 1, cutting inside on the lefty. Nico Diaz heading into this at-bat 1 for 2 on the day so far already. A single up the middle in his last at-bat. The 1-1. This one hit towards the second baseman, Morgan, on the ground. They'll throw on to first for out number 3. That ends the inning, but there goes the shutout for Daniel Clark. Still a 3-run lead, however, for the Grizzly. They'll take some more at-bats in the bottom of the 4th when we come back here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers, all about.
Back on the mound is Garrett DeYoung after his offense has finally given him at least a semblance of run support today. 4-1 is the score. The Alberta Grizzly on top of the Blue Sox. Heading into the bottom of the fourth here. And Garrett DeYoung into his fourth inning of work. 66 pitches so far. We'll see how long he can go. He gave up a run last inning. Has given up the leadoff man 2 of his 3 innings that he's pitched so far. He'll look to move away from that trend as he faces Justin Ayala for the first batter up, who takes strike 1. On a nice breaking ball there. It sailed across the plate. The next pitch is fouled back just over the press box here for strike 2. Ayala, the last time up, grounded out to short. He was actually the only leadoff man to have not gotten aboard, and he swings at a pitch in the dirt. The throw on to first for the drop third is in time, and a K is recorded. So once more, Justin Ayala, the leadoff, is retired first. The 5th strikeout on the day for DeYoung.
He's looked good overall, DeYoung has, especially when he's able to get ahead in the count. That's where he's really done his damage with his secondary pitches.
Burgos now, the first pitch, is swung on top of for strike 1. Last time up, ripped a double down the left field line, pulled it towards that corner by the Grizzly 21 sign. Not sure if we ever got confirmation on who Grizzly is, but there's one down the left field line. That'll get through for a base hit. Coming around to second is Burgos, as the relay directly into second base is not in time. There's another double for Anthony Burgos.
He's liking that left field line, turning on a couple of pitches from DeYoung. You said it, 2 doubles in 2 at-bats here today for Anthony Burgos.
Have yourself a day so far, as here comes the leadoff man, A.J. Carosis. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Having to retreat back to second base. They're playing some games out there at second base. The first pitch misses well away for ball 1 to Carosis. There seems to be a lot of activity in the middle infield for not just these teams, but all these teams in the California Winter League. Pickoffs have been not frequent, but they've been tried for quite often, or quite more often than we've seen, at least. In the Frontier League, the next pitch misses low and outside for ball 2. Everybody's up and active early in the morning, playing around at second base. The 2-0 misses low for ball 3. Now a good chance here with Carosis ahead of the count. DeYoung looking for a shutdown inning here. The 3-0 misses outside for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. And that'll send him aboard. His 4th walk of the day in 4 innings. And now runners at first and second for Davey Morgan.
And the second time he's walked Carosis, 3 of the 4 walks have been to left-handed hitters.
So put a note in that for the new pitcher, Garrett DeYoung. With his first appearance, he sends a ball outside to Davey Morgan. 5 straight balls is the working trend here to Davey Morgan, who's 0 for 2 on the day so far. The 1-0 is slapped into the ground to break that streak, and now a strike one to the second baseman. I'm not sure what I'm smelling, Brandon, but it smells excellent.
Yeah, it does. I'm not sure what it is either.
It's intoxicating for sure. A lot of great food here at the ballpark. As the next pitch misses inside for ball two.
Might be firing up the grill. I think it's a barbecue day.
Ooh.
Chicken breast.
It's a Sunday, so that would make sense. I've heard so much about this barbecue chicken. This one into the ground down the left field line. Goes foul for strike two. Been trying some of the concession stand snacks. Tried the butter toffee popcorn. That's been my favorite so far. Really excellent.
Yeah, you let me try a little bit of it when you brought it in.
It's tasty.
I can confirm. Very good.
The 2-2 is softly hit to the third baseman, State. He throws to second, not in time. Everybody's safe on the fielder's choice.
Throw just a little bit too high, forced easily to have to jump to reel it in, and that was enough to allow Corrosas to safely reach second.
So only one out here, and now bases loaded. Big opportunity here for Scott Shaw. He fouls this one into the mask of Goodwin. And now it's an 0-1 count. Struck out and walked today, came around to score back in the third, excuse me. The Grizzlies can add insult to injury here. The 1-1 is down the right field line. That's fair. That'll score one. And two, heading towards the corner. That'll score three, as a matter of fact, as Scott Shaw heads to third. He'll stop there. A bases clearing, bases loaded, RBI triple, 3 RBIs, and it's a 7-1 ball game for the Grizzly.
Scott Shaw just turned on him, much like Burgos did, hitting him down the left field line. The left-handed hitting Scott Shaw pulls this one down the right field line into the corner, and all 3 runs scored relatively easily on the play. The ball was just getting back into the infield. Scott Shaw even took a turn around third and thought about the possible inside the Parker, but he wisely held up at third base.
Well, with how spacious this outfield is, anything can really turn into an inside the park home run if you have the speed. First pitch misses for ball one to Braden Dolbashian, who has an RBI of his own. He has another one now as he hits this one into left field. And that scores Shaw. 8-1 now in favor of the Alberta Grizzly. An RBI single for Braden Dolbashian. And he's halfway to the cycle. He's got the easy ones out of the way. It'll be interesting to see an RBI cycle. I don't think I've ever seen that one. But nevertheless, it's a one-out situation for Matthew Maldonado. Got himself a 2 RBI double back in the first. He's 1 for 2 on the day. This one hit hard and past the dive of Tommy Easley at second. Coming around to third is Dolbashian, and he slides in safely. Getting to second is Matthew Maldonado. We'll list that as a double here.
Yeah, he moved up on the throw.
Oh, so a single,
yeah,
actually.
Single, and then as the throw went into third base, Maldonado wisely moving up and taking that extra 90 feet. As this hit parade here in the fourth prompts some action in the Blue Sox bullpen. That's Guang Chen getting loose.
Matthew Fabian now takes strike one. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. 4 runs have scored this inning, all after the leadoff strikeout. Next pitch misses low and in for ball 1.
Yeah, with the score getting out of hand, the Blue Sox know they can't afford to allow any more runs, so they bring the infield in all the way around.
Could this be the day where the Blue Sox get taken down? Next pitch misses inside for ball 2. It's good to get your losses out of the way early, I should say. For most of these teams, they already have, obviously, this being the last remaining undefeated team, the Blue Sox. Next pitch misses low for ball 3.
And for the Grizzly, you never want to be the last team to pick up that first win. So the Grizzly would love to get that goose egg out of the win column.
There's a strike. He watches that one go by. Now it's a full count. Runners in scoring position, 2 of them in scoring position. And the full count misses outside for ball 4. Bases are loaded now. Another walk by DeYoung. And he'll stay on the hill as of now. They're going to try and let him finish this inning. Actually, Jimmy Johnson stepping out of the dugout right now.
Yeah, Chen working quickly in that bullpen.
There's strike 1 on Petrosino, the only man who has yet to get an at-bat in this inning. The next one they will have batted through. The 0-1 misses inside for ball 1. His pitch count also getting run up. Not sure how many he's had this inning, but he had 66 coming into it. The 1-1 misses low and in the dirt for ball 2. Dolbatian at third, Maldonado at second, and Fabian at first. The 2-1 hits on the fastball for strike 1. Or strike 2, excuse me. DeYoung now comes set for the 2-2. A swing and a miss. A much-needed K there. And that sends up the top of his inning today, but it might be the end of his day. As here comes JJ, Jimmy Johnson, his nickname. The infield coming in right now. So, between batters, between the outs, there were 8 batters heading into this conversation right now.
Yeah, we're right back to Justin Ayala, who led off the inning with a strikeout. And DeYoung said the right things. He's going to stay out there and get a chance to face Ayala once again, second time this frame.
Right when he was on his come-up, I mean, I wouldn't imagine you would want to pull somebody right after he finally got a strikeout after 8 batters. But here's Justin Ayala, as you mentioned. Still 6 strikeouts on the day so far for Garrett DeYoung, so that's a good stat patter at the very least. First pitch misses low in the dirt. Nice block there by Goodwin for ball 1.
That was pitch number 60 on the day. Or rather, actually, just updated.
Might be a little bit more than that.
Yeah, well over that.
There's strike 1.
Page just refreshed, so we're actually up to 97, so I was way off on that first assessment.
Yeah, just,
number.
give or take 30, Margin of error is pretty spacious. This one hit into shallow right field, and that'll fall in front of Eberle. 2 runs will score on the RBI single. Coming around to third is Fabian. And Ayala has himself 2 RBIs to add to his tally, his first hit of the day on the single. Nice piece of hitting there.
Yeah, it just looked like Eberle didn't have a great read on that. Maybe didn't see it quite off the bat. Was a little hesitant getting over to the ball, and that allowed it to drop.
Well, it doesn't matter. With 2 outs, you got to be charging for something. I know it's bases loaded, but this game is already out of hand now. 10-1 now for the Alberta Grizzly. You at least got to give that an effort. This one hits him right in the shoulder. Burgos got some good contact on it. That'll be a bruise. He's aboard for the second time this inning and the third time today. That one coming in at 81 miles per hour to his bicep, I believe, if my anatomy is correct. Nevertheless, somewhere on his arm. Bases loaded again now for the leadoff man, A.J. Carosis. This one misses low and outside for ball one. Carosis took a 4-pitch walk. Now has already seen 5 of them to the righty DeYoung. This one fouled back, almost clears the net for strike one. Carosis has 2 walks on the day. 0 for 1 so far on the box score. Here in the bottom of the 4th. There's strike 2. And 1 strike away from getting out of this nightmare inning for Garrett DeYoung. At this point, well over 100 pitches, or not well over, but over 100 pitches. The 1-2 hits for strike 3. His 7th strikeout of the day, but it doesn't really mean much as a 6-run barn burner of an inning has allowed the Grizzlies to take a 9-run advantage after 4. We'll see how the Blue Sox respond after this here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good things come in threes, like our eat, drink, and play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
First pitching change of the game ends Daniel Clark's day after 4 innings pitched and 58 pitches. He'll end with a lot of run support as his Alberta Grizzly are on top of the Blue Sox 10-1 after 4. Here in the top of the 5th, it'll be reliever Delvis Lorenzo Muniz to kick things off here. Delvis Lorenzo Muniz, his second appearance, his first one, quite efficient actually. 1 2/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. No hits allowed, and no runs as well. So he'll look to keep that ERA at 0.00 as he looks to continue to shut down the Blue Sox lineup, who did score their first run last frame. It'll be Kevin Gameros to kick things off here in the 5th. 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Surprisingly, after that great performance by Daniel Clark, it was really mostly him getting out of jams. Those first 2 batters getting aboard and then getting bailed out by his defense. He only got 1 strikeout in those 4 innings. Gave up 3 free bases. But Muniz will hope to continue that good luck as he gets a swing and a miss on Gameros. Still kept his pitch count down, though, which was good. His last 2 innings, Daniel Clark, the starter, back-to-back innings with 12 pitches. Now the 0-1. Misses high for ball 1. As for the other starter, Garrett DeYoung, his day likely over after 4 and after an extensive 6-run inning just prior to this break. 5 hits in that inning alone and 3 left on base. Muniz rocks back and fires the 1-1. This one hits on the outside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, unfortunate for Garrett DeYoung, as there were chances to get out of that frame without as much damage and just couldn't work around some of the control issues that he found, and then when he was laying it over the plate, ripping it down the lines.
The 1-2 from Muniz is hit up the middle. That'll fall for a base hit. A leadoff single for Kevin Gameros.
Sometimes when you're lacking control over certain pitches, it becomes more predictable for the hitters, so they were able to turn on a few of them, the Grizzly hitters were.
Good, easy piece of hitting there. And now Parker DePasquale, who's 1 for 2 on the day, will step in here. Muniz stares him down. And now from the stretch, the first pitch to DePasquale is in there for strike 1. Muniz out of Kissimmee, Florida, but originally from Puerto Rico. Very excited to be here after a long rehab from some sort of injury that he was telling me about when I met him on the first day. But he's back and ready. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. The runner Gameros bluffed towards second. Chance to get the first out here. Another thing that I've noticed from Muniz is when it's sunny out, he wears jewelry. He wears an earring. You can kind of see reflect in the sun, even from here in the press box. That's kind of how I've distinguished him. A quick throw back to first is not in time. He really hums that one in there at the first base. Dobashian has to watch himself.
Yeah, need to make sure it's up. Don't want to skip one over to the base.
Especially with how far out the right fielder Fabian is. Muniz collects. And now the 0-2. This one misses outside for ball 1. You can kind of tell by his movement when he pulls those pitches. You can't really call that a chase pitch. I think he was trying to hit the outside corner there.
Yeah, he just yanked that one a little off on the release point.
He's also the one that I recall has a little bit of a leg kick at the end of it. We'll see it here. The 1-2. This one misses inside and low for ball 2. DePasquale, a chance with a runner at first and nobody out. The Blue Sox, the undefeated Blue Sox, have a tall hill to climb right now, down by 9. Here's Muniz now. The 2-2. This one hits him almost in the back. And the hit by pitch sends him to first, sends Gameros to second. It's been a painful game for some guys. I believe that's the third hit by pitch of the game so far, 2 of which on the Blue Sox roster, the other one Goodwin. So, actually, no, 4 now in the game.
And that's a really frustrating one for Delvis Lorenzo Munoz, as he had him 0-2, and so to lose a batter after you had him 0-2, give up the hit by pitch is really frustrating for a pitcher.
Here's Angus State, 0 for 2 on the day so far, all off the bat. First pitch hits him. Back-to-back hit by pitches, the 5th of the day so far across the board. And now the Grizzly pitching staff winning the hit by pitch numbered battle. I don't know if that's really a battle that they want to win. But nevertheless, it's bases loaded and nobody out, so that'll warrant Burgos coming out to have a chat with his battery mate Muniz.
Yeah, you have a 9-run lead if you're the Grizzly, but you don't want to give any sort of life to the Blue Sox. And these unforced errors, hit by pitches, putting guys on base, free passes, that'll open the door just that little bit. And the Blue Sox are a team that we've seen are capable of putting up big innings.
Big innings happen a lot here, and there's already been 2 of them today. I guess you can consider the 3-run rally for the Grizzly back in the first a little bit of a big run there, 7 batters. But the biggest one, of course, coming in the last half frame with the 6-run rally for the Grizzlies. Grizzly, I should say. Hunter Smith now up. An inning-ending fielder's choice last time. First pitch swung on and missed. A good pitch to swing at, but had him fooled. Big opportunity if Hunter Smith can come up clutch here, who has not recorded an at-bat, an official at-bat today. One of the walks as well. The 0-1 misses low and inside for ball 1. Evens up the count. Hunter Smith's first time facing Munoz. Here's the 1-1. Misses just below the knees there for strike 2.
Lorenzo Munoz, he's trying to attack the bottom of the zone. He's done that all inning so far. He likes that pitch right around the knees.
Taking his time on the mound. Delvis. The 2-1. He pulls this one and gets off the glove of Burgos. That'll score Gameros. Everybody moves up on the wild pitch.
And we've seen that happen a few times already in this inning, where Lorenzo Munoz just yanks a pitch. Again, that release point just a little bit off.
So now a 3-1 count. Blue Sox have finally scored another run here. Back-to-back innings. It's 10-2 now. The 3-1. Hits high in the zone at the chest there for strike 2.
Yeah, basically everything else has been low out of the hand of Delvis Lorenzo Munoz. So changing the eye level a little bit, bringing that one up to the top of the zone. Got it right at the letters.
A hit chips away at this large lead a little bit more This one misses low for ball 4. He loses the battle there. 3 free bases consecutively issued by Delvis Lorenzo Muniz. Tommy Easley now has a chance to be a hero here. Theoretically, one swing could bring him within 4. Haven't seen much power out of him in batting practice, but we've seen his speed, so if he can get it to one of the corners, he can really make a difference here in this matchup. This one served behind the back of Easley. A nice catch there by Burgos to prevent another run from scoring on ball 1. A scary ball 1 at that for Easley.
Yeah, the ball's just slipping out of the hand of Delvis Lorenzo Muniz so far in this inning. He just has not shown confidence over his pitches yet.
Back-to-back innings for the Blue Sox with a leadoff single that has come around to score. Tommy Easley being that leadoff single in the last frame. The 1-0. This one hit into shallow right field is playable for Fabian. He'll make the grab and throw quickly in to prevent a run from scoring there. An inefficient out. And a good one at that for Muniz. For out number 1 at long last after 4 straight base runners.
Yeah, he got the weak contact that he needed. Easily just a floater out there into right field.
Looks like in the on-deck circle, Connor Donahue set to replace Vince Garcia. Should be a straight swap, those two, the first baseman of the Blue Sox. But here's Alan Goodwin, who takes the first pitch outside, yanked again for ball 1. Right around the time of the game where there are some defensive substitutions. However, I anticipate to see less of that as the managers are starting to get to know their roster a little better. Bases still loaded and 1 out. The 1-0 count hits down Main Street for strike 1.
That was probably one of the best pitches we've seen from Lorenzo Muniz this inning. Good movement, broke back into the zone.
And he took a little bit off at that time to maybe focus on accuracy. That one coming in at 69 miles per hour. This one fouled off the mask of Burgos for strike 2. Ahead of the count is Delvis. He says it's like Elvis with a D.
Interested to see what they call here, what Burgos wants him to go with. Hasn't really shown confidence and control over the breaking ball.
Here's the 1-2. This one chopped into the ground on a 2-hopper to the shortstop. He'll throw on to second and back to third to try and backpick him there. Gets 1 out, but a run scores. It's a 10-3 ball game. Carosis, the shortstop, trying to, no, not really in time for a double play. There wasn't really a double play option there, except for maybe at third.
But productive at bat for Goodwin. He gets the RBI on the fielder's choice.
That's huge.
And yeah, it just wasn't hit quite hard enough to be able to turn 2.
But he's got 2 outs now. Runners at the corners. Here's Connor Donahue in his first at-bat today. First pitch to him. It's for strike 1. He watches that one go by. It ends Vince Garcia's day, 0 for 2. Grounded out to a double play. Two runs now have crossed the plate for the Blue Sox, trying to make their way back here late in this contest. Connor Donahue swings on top of a breaking ball there for strike 1. Rather, strike two, excuse me. Delvis trying to slow the pace right now. That runner at first, Ellen Goodwin teasing him. As the pitch to the plate is swung on and missed. 1-2-3, a strikeout to end the side, or rather send it to the bottom of this side. And Brightside, Mr. Brightside plays as the Blue Sox still have some work to do, down 10-3 as we send it to the bottom of the fifth here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
New pitcher on the mound for the Blue Sox, who have scored in the past 2 innings of work, trying to climb back from what is now a 10-3 deficit to the Alberta Grizzly. Alberta Grizzly trying to get their first win, and the Blue Sox trying to stay undefeated. A new pitcher on the mound for the Blue Sox. Heading into the bottom of the fifth here is Guang Chen. And he will be testing his luck here. The last appearance, not so efficient. Only pitched 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 runs, both earned. 1 hit and 2 walks and 1 strikeout and 7 batters faced. So he'll look to do a little bit better now with Davey Morgan leading things off here for the Grizzly, who offensively have been really hot today. Something we haven't seen in their past couple games, aside from maybe perhaps their first. They've kind of cooled off heading into the later part of the game, but, you know, it's hard to depict trends when they've only played 2 games, to be fair. Davey Morgan steps up here. He's 0 for 2 on the day so far with a fielder's choice that got him aboard and came around to score back last inning. They batted around and then some, 11 batters in the prior half inning for Garrett DeYoung, whose day ends after 4 innings. The first pitch hits for strike 1, I guess. It also hits a special place for Goodwin, who takes his time up. Here's the 0-1 now. This one misses high for ball 1. A 1-1 count on Morgan. This one sharply hit on the ground. A nice back pick by Gameros on to first in time. Gorgeous play there. Kind of took a bad hop at the last second, but he was on it.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment by Gameros. As you said, took a late hop on him just before it got to his glove, and he was able to adjust, playing the ball upward and make the play.
So now Scott Shaw, who's had himself a day, especially in his last at-bat where he got 3 RBIs with 1 swing. 3 RBI bases clearing triple back in the 4th that really put things ahead. There's strike 1 on Scott Shaw. 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and 2 runs. The 0-1 misses in the dirt for ball 1. Trying to determine Guang Chen's arsenal right now. He's got this kind of looping action that heads south. This next pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two-one, a big swing and a miss there by Scott Shaw. Had him fooled there. Now it's an even count. Two-two misses low for ball 3.
Looked like he was trying to get the inside edge of the plate, right near the knees.
He's getting close, too. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Guang Chen. Full count now. This one fouled into the ground. It'll stay 3-2.
That pitch looked like it may have had a little bit of late movement on it.
71, one of his faster pitches that we've seen today. Sitting around 66 to 71 so far from what I've seen. Next pitch misses up and outside for ball 4. And Scott Shaw is aboard for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, that pitch just got away from him. All the other misses were really close to the zone, borderline calls. That pitch just slipped.
Got to work on that release point there. Here's Braden Dolbashian. 2 for 2 on the day so far, and 2 RBIs. This one sails into the zone for strike 1.
Starting him off with a breaker. That bender looked like maybe a curveball.
At 59 miles per hour, I think, yeah, it was a curveball. This one in the ground for ball 1.
That was a big looping curveball.
Got some good turn on it, though. Accuracy on a curveball is more important than anything. There's strike 2 as Dolbashian watches that one go by. 1 out and runner on first. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rather, 5th inning, excuse me. Next pitch misses for ball 2. Getting my scorebook caught up here.
Back-to-back fastballs on the last 2 pitches. One in the zone, the other one high.
This next pitch lifted in the air to center field. And that looks to be Funada in center field, who makes the grab for out number 2.
Went with another fastball, 3 in a row to close out that at-bat.
The only way I know that's Funada is from his iconic high red sanitaries. So I appreciate him for that, for staying consistent to that. I believe that is Funada. As the first pitch misses for ball 1 to Matthew Maldonado. Always have to stay aware here for any potential changes. This one softly lifted the other way and caught by I don't believe that's Di Pasquale, but somebody in left field caught that, and that ends the side. So 4 batters faced for Guang Chen. He gets out unscathed with only a walk issued, and we send it to the 6th inning. The Grizzly on top 10-3 here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Delvis still on the mound for the Grizzly, Delvis Lorenzo Muniz, that is, into his 2nd inning of work. He gave up 2 in the last frame, and here in the top of the 6th, it's 10-3 Alberta Grizzly. And will be some substitutions to come. Already we see Hiroto Kono in the on-deck circle getting ready to replace Vaughn Eberle. And then it should be a straight swap for Nico Diaz at the top of this lineup for Funada, Shuya Funada, that is, who made an out in the last half frame. And we'll see if there's a 3rd or 4th or potentially more. This is around the time of the game where we have to stay diligent. But right now, the Blue Sox have to stay diligent if they want to climb their way back here. Down by 7. So here's Kono. 0 for 2 on the season so far. Munoz sets and fires. The fresh count is swung on and missed. A nice off-speed fooled him. He was expecting fastball in that first one.
Lorenzo Munoz just trying to bounce back after some control issues last inning.
The 1-1 is lifted into left field. On his horse is Ayala heading towards the track, and it's off the wall foul.
Just missed.
He had the distance there, or almost had the distance, I should say. 346 feet that went. 97 off the bat.
Yeah, it's 350 to the foul pole on either side. And that ball just missed getting out and just missed being fair as well. Fell about a foot to the left of the foul line.
Would have been a good way to kick off this half inning for the Blue Sox, who are in desperate need of runs right now. The 1-2. Now 2-2. As a ball misses outside. Kono gets set. The left fielder Ayala working a little bit further back after that foul ball. This one chopped into the ground towards shortstop. Carrozas has it, throws on to first. A nice pick there by Dobatian. That gets the out for the first one of this inning.
Just great play all the way around defensively by the Grizzly.
So it'll be Shuya Funada, aforementioned, who will replace Nico Diaz, who finishes his day 1 for 3. Funada 0 for 1 on the season so far. Car alarm going off in the distance here. 1 out here. The first pitch to him misses just inside for ball 1. We know if that's a foul ball that caused that car alarm to go off. It's not here. I don't believe we've had a foul ball that's left the stadium today so far.
Not that I can recall.
We try to keep it that way, too. At least for the sake of our cars. Here's the 1-0. A swing and a miss. Kind of stepped back on that one to piece something on a ball coming in on him with some nice vertical drop.
Yeah, try to get inside of that ball coming in toward the hands.
Munoz taking his sweet time on the mound to collect himself and now fire the 1-1. This one misses just outside for ball 2. Should be more changes to come. I see Han Yuan Hu in the hole right now. It's a 2-1 count to Funada. This one just misses for ball 3. That was a good pitch there by Munoz. Nice hard 85-mile-per-hour fastball. That's a spot you want to hit, though. Delvis comes set. And now the 3-1. This one hit into right field, opposite way. And caught on the run in is Fabian. Makes the grab for out number 2.
We've seen Delvis Lorenzo Munoz really rely on the fastball this inning. After the control issues last inning, that seems to be the pitch that he actually trusts in terms of getting it in the zone.
As far as I'm aware, yes, that is still Kevin Gameros. It will be Who replacing Di Pasquale up next. Gameros, however, coming into this at-bat is 2 for 3 on the day. A couple singles and a strikeout. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. His second time facing Delvis. The first time was a single up the middle. Time is called here as Delvis wants a new baseball.
Gamero's the first batter to face Lorenzo Munoz in this game. As you said, he singled, eventually came around to score on a wild pitch.
Following this batter, it was back-to-back hit by pitches and a walk in the last inning in the 5th. The 1-0. This one fouled into the plate for strike 1. More people starting to file into Palm Springs Stadium here enjoying their almost, actually officially now summer after, Sunday afternoon, not summer. This is the California Winter League after all, isn't it?
It sure is.
When I'm in the baseball mindset, I'm thinking summer, and
That's
especially
right.
with this weather, too. We've seen colder weather in the Midwest during the summers than we've seen in the winters here. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2.
Yeah, for us, it definitely feels like summer being out here. We're calling baseball, and as you said, looking out, the weather, you wouldn't know that it's still January.
Even on the chillier days like today, I think it was right around 55 to 60 today at first pitch.
Yeah, I wrote down 61 degrees at first pitch for this ball game.
Not much wind to speak of, maybe picking up a little bit as the game has progressed. The 2-1 is slapped on the ground towards Morgan. He'll pop up and throw on to first for out number 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Munoz. And that'll send it to the bottom of this frame here in the 6th. It'll be Guang Chen when we come back again. 10-3 Grizzly here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Some defensive changes we're updating you with here. As far as we know, it appears to be Kano who appeared in the batter's box last half frame in right field. Funada, who also appeared in the last half frame in center. And Tommy Easley moves from second to right field. Replacing him at second is who will bat for the next half inning. The first pitch from Guang Chen gets away for ball 1 to Matthew Fabian. Also at first is Connor Donahue in replacement of Vince Garcia. The 1-0 hits for strike 2. Outside. Fabian today so far has been aboard twice, both walks. His first time facing Guang Chen. The next pitch fouled back for strike 2. Ten to 3 the score here. The Alberta Grizzly on top of the Blue Sox. The 1-2 is fouled just over the net and just about a couple feet ahead of the booth here. Nice little souvenir there. Nice looping curveball there from Chen at 60 miles per hour. Very distinctive curveball as well. He's got some good mechanics. The 1-2. This one hit off the end of the bat. The other way, gets down for a single into right field. Fabian aboard with his first hit of the day, but for the day, his third time aboard off the 6th inning here.
Yeah, Chen doesn't have the velocity that DeYoung had before him, but one thing that Chen's able to do is he still varies his speeds. He throws that pitch, that looping curveball that we've seen, and then he does have a fastball that's about 10 or 15 ticks higher than that curve.
First pitch misses for ball 1 to Thomas Petrosino. Next pitch misses high, a back pick to first, not in time. Seen a lot of back picks here. The catcher, Goodwin, staying aware. Next pitch in the dirt. Stays in front of Goodwin, but he has no throw down to second as Fabian advances on the wild pitch there.
That's just a good read by Fabian. He saw the ball in the dirt, immediately took off for second, and absolutely nothing Goodwin could do.
So now a 3-0 count, misses outside for ball 4. After Thomas Petrosino has struck out 3 times today, he avoids the golden sombrero with a walk. That brings up Justin Ayala. He is 1 for 3 on the day so far and a 2 RBI single. Back in the 4th. First pitch misses for ball 1. Back in that big 4th inning where the Grizzly put up 6. That has bolstered their lead quite heavily here. Next pitch misses inside for ball 2. And you take away that half frame, you know, this is then a 1-run ball game. So that could have been the determining factor there, as this next pitch is fouled into the bleachers, where somebody will likely retrieve it for strike 1.
Yeah, there's some incentive to retrieving foul balls here at Palm Springs Stadium. A free bag of popcorn if you bring it to the concession stand.
This one popped up down the right field line, gets out of play. Now strike 2 on Justin Ayala. Haven't tried the popcorn here yet. I know popcorn's different at each stadium. Steph Curry makes a mission of his to try the popcorn at every stadium. There's strike 3. Justin Ayala watches that one go by. The second backwards K issued by the Blue Sox, but the first K of the day for Guang Chen. Typically, it's been a lot of people striking out swinging. There's the first down with runners at first and second for the Grizzly. That brings up Burgos. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Did not even offer at that one. Actually kind of stepped out of the box as that pitch came in on him.
Burgos has reached all 3 times he's come up, a pair of doubles and a hit by pitch.
He swings and misses at that one for strike 1. First time facing this pitcher, almost through the lineup, is Guang Chen, the reliever for today's Blue Sox starter, Garrett DeYoung. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. In this first week in the California Winter League, I know a lot of these players have been trying to keep their stats up, as this one's hit right into the glove of Gameros and on to second for a quick double play. Off the bag was Fabian. A nice 6-4 double play, the rare 6-4 double play. And that ends the 6th inning here. We'll send it to the 7th as the Grizzly will be 3 outs away from their first victory of the 2025 season. Stay tuned here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family.
New pitcher on the mound for the Alberta Grizzly, looking to close this one out for their first victory of the 2025 California Winter League season. Joey Miller alongside me, Brandon Januska. And so far this game has really been all Grizzly, all since the first inning where they got out to a 3-0 lead, which at the time seemed commanding just based on the momentum of the next 1.5 innings. Grizzly just kept tacking on more and more. The Blue Sox kind of trailing behind, not scoring a lot of runners. And that brings in a new pitcher, Atsushi Kataoka, on the mound, a righty who will look to close the book here for Jared Lemieux's Alberta Grizzly. One appearance prior, a 2-inning appearance where he allowed 2 runs on 1 hit, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts and 10 batters faced. So he's looking to keep the Blue Sox quiet and enjoy the rest of his day. It'll be Han Yuan-Hu replacing Parker DePasquale in the lineup. He's been in the game defensively for the past couple innings. This will be his first at-bat of the day. Parker DePasquale, who he replaces, will finish his day 1 for 2 with a double back in the first. He was left stranded. A nice bright red bat for Han Yuan-Hu. And the first pitch to him is fouled into the screen for strike 1. The ongoing joke of who's on second. He was on second, not on first. He plays second base commonly. The 0-1. It's for strike 2.
Sped it up, a fastball at 88 miles per hour.
Kataoka working a nice count here. Shakes off a couple pitches to his partner Burgos. Now the 0-2. Breaking pitch hammered off. Stays 0-2. Kind of looked like who had to readjust his swing as that came in on him. And he stays alive now here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, he ended up being just a little bit behind, following it off to the right.
Next pitch misses for ball 1. Kataoka again not liking the signs given to him by Burgos. The next pitch is slapped in front of Kataoka on a 1-hop. He'll throw on to first for out number 1. Now up to the plate is Angus State in his fourth plate appearance. He's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. This will be the third pitcher he faces today. Daniel Clark kicked things off. Pitched really well up until he gave up one in the fourth. The first pitch plunks him. Second time he's been hit today, and he gets aboard on the first pitch there. Lucky for him, it was an off-speed.
Yeah, that's now the fourth batter for the Blue Sox who's been plunked today.
All grouped in within the last 4 innings as well. Now here's Hunter Smith, who's been aboard technically 3 times today, if you count a fielder choice that ended an inning, but you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, 0 for 1 officially.
Yeah, you're right. 0 for 1. He takes ball 1. Couple walks today, the DH. Has a runner at first. Next pitch is in there. A beautiful pitch there for strike 1. Kataoka takes his time on the mound, now fires the 1-1. Misses low for ball 2. Not needing to worry much about the runner at first in Angus State, as they're just 2 outs away from their first loss of the 2025 season. The 2-1 misses high for ball 3. Staying patient is Smith. Smith 1 for 3 heading into today on the season. Next pitch in the dirt for ball 4. Back-to-back free bases on 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And now a runner in scoring position. Still a lot of room to work with, however, with the Grizzly on top by 7. Tommy Easley, the second baseman turned left fielder today, will take his 4th plate appearance. 1 for 2 on the day so far with a walk. Very good opposite field single, that one hit today. And the fresh count by Kataoka. The first pitch to him. Curves inside for ball 1.
A lot of these misses have been on the breaking pitch. Just hasn't gotten back over the zone. It's been inside on right-handed hitters.
He's missed in a couple good spots, however. That one curving in on Easley. Had some tight movement. The next pitch misses low and away for ball 2. That one certainly got away from him. Kataoka double looks back towards the guy at second base, State, as the pitch misses for ball 3.
Just overthrew on that one a little bit. 86 miles per hour. An early release and came up and in. Wasn't even close.
Down in the count now. The 3-0. Hits on the fastball for strike 1. He just pumped that right across the plate. Easily stays smart and just watches the 3-0. Here's the 3-1. That hits for strike 2.
Sticking with the fastball.
Fastball with a little movement inside as well. away from the arm hand side of the righty Atsushi Kataoka. The payoff pitch. In the dirt, away for ball 4, and 3 straight bases given up by Atsushi Kataoka. Loads him up for a great opportunity here with 1 out for the Blue Sox. Alan Goodwin, who has come up big for the Blue Sox already in these first 4 days, will look to do the same here late in this ball game.
Already has 1 run driven in today. That came on a fielder's choice in the 5th.
The first pitch to Goodwin, scrapes his helmet, and gets inside for ball 1.
It's a really uncomfortable feeling when all of the misses are up and in.
It keeps you on your toes, that's for sure.
A lot of these misses on the fastball have been inside.
Having a chat with Kataoka is Burgos, who has had to do some damage control for his battery mates today so far. He's been very comforting, kind of looking off into the distance towards center field with his hand on his shoulder. A very friendly, comforting manner.
Yeah, just give him a chance to relax for a moment, kind of reset before the next pitch, recalibrate, try to find the zone.
Burgos having a chat with the batter Goodwin. The fellow catchers probably have a lot to say to each other. They can get pretty chatty in the batter's box, I've noticed. The 1-0 hits for strike 1.
Yeah, and it's also tough on these catchers, too. You're coming into this league without a lot of experience with most of these pitchers, and you're catching a new guy every day, multiple new pitchers. So kudos to these catchers to be able to go out there with the pitch selections varying for every pitcher and go out there and do it.
Goodwin takes another strike. And you're right, Brandon. It's always tough for a pitcher to have to face different catchers throughout their career, really. They have to establish that rapport as that next pitch misses low and inside for ball 2. It makes a big difference. It seems like, oh, if you're a pitcher, all you got to do is throw at a target. Well, there's a lot that comes with a catcher having to frame those pitches and just having that good rapport as well. The next pitch misses high for ball 3.
Yeah, and just knowing what pitch sequences the pitcher likes to do, what he's feeling comfortable with, yeah, that's all part of that relationship between battery mates that you get more comfortable with as you grow and as you work together more often.
Back-to-back batters with a full count. And here's the 3-2. This one hit in the air towards center field. Shaw having to back over a few steps. Makes the grab for out number 2. That'll score a run on the sac fly by Goodwin. It is now 10-4 in favor of the Grizzly. Good work there by Goodwin to at least get a productive out. But now with 2 outs, their backs are still against the wall with runners at first and second. And up comes Connor Donahue. Came in the top of the 5th. Struck out swinging to end that inning. He is now the Blue Sox last hope right now. First pitch misses low and away for ball 1.
We did see him put a really nice swing on a pitch in that last at-bat in the 5th inning. Fell just foul down the left field line.
Grizzly working the bullpen just in case. Looks to be Aoi Nakaza. It's been their go-to closer. There's strike 1 called on Connor Donahue. Donahue a bit of a bigger strike zone. Standing in there at 6-3. He takes another strike called. And now Kataoka is just 1 strike away from the Grizzlies' first win of the season. The 1-2. A swing and a miss. He got him. The throw down to first, just as a courtesy, and that's in time for the end of this ball game. The Grizzly have won their first ball game of the 2025 season, and likewise, the Blue Sox have lost their first game of the 2025 season. That one, the door closed by Kataoka. We'll collect our thoughts and tell you a little bit more about this matchup when we send it to break, and it'll be quick because we got another game coming up soon. We'll be right back. The Alberta Grizzly take this game 10-4 over the Blue Sox. And the Blue Sox fall to 2-1. The Grizzly advance to 1-2. Some good pitching from the Grizzly side of things, and obviously some offense, a great offensive day. Brandon, your final thoughts real quick.
Well, the Blue Sox had some chances, especially against Daniel Clark, the starter, but kudos to Clark sticking with it after they got guys on base. There were 3 straight innings where the Blue Sox had the first 2 runners of that inning reach base safely, but he was able to work out of most of those jams, allowing just 1 run across his 4 innings. Daniel Clark gets the win for his efforts, and nice job by the Grizzly as well, working their at-bats, drawing a lot of walks, and when they needed the big hit, they were able to get it.
And that'll do it. They're getting ready for the next game, which will come in about 20 minutes. We'll be on the call. Brandon will be leading the way here. It'll be the Bombers at Team China when we come back here. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now it's time for us to tune out. I'm Joey Miller, Brandon Patoka. Have a great one.